We need to produce as much food in the next 40 years as we did in the last 8,000 years. And we need to do that while we're changing the climate, while we're polluting the soils, while we're polluting the water sources. In addition, all of the land use changes that we've been doing over the years have emitted carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Right now we have a carbon surplus in the atmosphere, and we have a carbon deficit in the soil. We need to reverse that. Mycorrhizal fungi can do that. I'm Dan Grotsky. I'm Chief Growth Officer here at Groundwork BioAg. I'm one of the co-founders. I started out in software, information systems, AI, and then back in 2008, I made a decision to pivot my career and to really do things that made this world a better place. Groundwork BioAg was founded by Dr. Yossi Kaufman, Danny Levy, and myself back in 2014. Groundwork BioAg produces mycorrhizal inoculants. These are products based on mycorrhizal fungi. Mycorrhizal fungi form a symbiotic relationship with plants. They penetrate the plant root and effectively extend it in an underground web. The plants can physically access nutrients that are far away from the root and chemically break them down and mobilize them and bring them into the root. And so we developed Rutella, the first mycorrhizal seed treatment in the world. When the seed germinates, the fungus will germinate together with the seed and cover the field very quickly. The plant is getting much better nutrient uptake. This gives the farmer higher crop yields with less fertilizer and resistance to stress. One of our farmers named Chris in Ohio, he had quite a weather event on his farm. In normal days, he would have been at risk of losing his entire farm. But half of his farm was treated with Rutella and showed resistance and gave an average yield. It was as if it passed by this half field. Instances like that happen. They're not rare. When it actually saves a farm like that, it's exciting. We've been selling for about 8 years now. We're in 17 different markets. We've covered 4.5 million acres to date, and that's about the size of the state of Israel. But what's really, really interesting is that at the same time the farmer's getting all of these benefits from the product, it's also sequestering a whole lot of carbon in the soil. So it can be used as a tool to mitigate climate change. When you oxidize the carbon that's in the soil by plowing, by tilling, you're releasing CO2 back to the atmosphere. There's no reason that carbon can't be put back into the soil. Mycorrhizal fungi are the main pathway of carbon into the soil, and they can turn agricultural soils from a net carbon emitter to a net carbon retainer. We're talking about adding a powder or liquid to a seed treatment, and by doing so, we're drawing carbon down from the atmosphere, reducing the surplus of carbon in the atmosphere. At the same time, we're reducing the deficit of carbon in the soil. The mycorrhizal fungi are creating carbon-based molecules that are permanent. They can last for decades, centuries, even millennia. It's between 1 to 4 tons of CO2 equivalent per acre per year, which is an enormous number. So it's a game changer. We've launched Rutella Carbon, the first mycorrhizal carbon program in the world. The grower gets healthier soils with more organic matter, in addition to a check from the carbon credits that we give him after 1.5 years. We believe this will actually change the politics of agriculture. It'll be that significant. That's where this company is going. We strive to create positive change, ensuring food security and combating climate change at the same time. We will do this by covering the world with Rutella mycorrhizal inoculants.